Bitcoin has been stuck in purgatory since hitting an all-time high late last year. While the price continues to plunge, one area of the crypto market is red hot. Bob Pisani is at the NYSE with more. Bob.
Hello, Melissa. The ICO market is still alive and well, but just like Bitcoins, there's a little bit of cracks there right now. So here's the good news. Even with the crypto market down, ICOs are still coming out, though not quite at the same pace as earlier this year, but it's still pretty torrid. There have been as many ICOs in the first 6 months of 2018 as there were in all of 2017 put together. 334 so far this year versus about 340 for the entire year of 2017. That's a pretty impressive number. So far, more money has been raised this year than all of 2017, and that's the important number. Not surprisingly, there's no shortage of wacky ICOs out there. Here's the latest one. Tata 2. Raised a whopping $575 million on a private sale? Private sale of tokens? What's the product? They're looking to release movies. Imagine this, including a biopic about the founder of Lamborghini cars. They also want to build a token-powered video-on-demand platform to compete with Netflix. Good luck with that one. Wait, it gets a little weirder. Singer Akon announced he was launching his own crypto. A-coin, get it, A-coin, and this will be used as a separate coin in Akon Crypto City. It's a real city already under development in Senegal, really. There's some other good news. There's fewer regulatory concerns now that the SEC has clarified some of these issues around when cryptos may or may not be securities and ICOs. Now, here's the bad news. There's, some scary things still going on. Those hacks of those exchanges in South Korea, that was really scary. That doesn't help. More importantly, I sense a bit of fatigue among the investor community. There's been some huge amounts of money raised, mind-boggling this year. But a lot of investors are growing weary of the valuations. At least that's what I hear. So Filecoin, for example, they raised $200 million, $250 a year ago. They still haven't launched a product. A lot of these were waiting here. The bottom line is this. The SEC keeps ICOs alive as a viable way to raise capital. I think that's the headline. Tata 2, Melissa. I just like saying it over and over again. There's something dirty about it. I don't know.
I was thinking it sounded like a Chipotle menu item from the test kitchen, but dirty is another route you can go, Bob. Thank you, Bob Pisani at the NYSE. So it's interesting because the SEC has just come out very recently, so you wonder if the boom in ICOs is just people rushing to market to get their coins out.
No,
a crackdown.
Most of these ICOs have really been overseas, over in Asia. The U.S. is not really a big player in the ICO market. But what's happening now, and Bob's really spot on, we're in a wait-and-see type of mode right now. Everybody's saying, show me. Great, we gave you a ton of money. Show me the product. I want to see this thing come out. Also, everybody and their brother, to me, is coming and saying, how do I do an ICO, or pitching me an ICO? So you have just massive amount of supply with everybody who's rushed into it and said, okay, let me see what these do, with a lot of supply coming out there. It feels very much like Bitcoin did in September, where we have sky-high valuations. It's very frothy. And people are starting to say, you know what, I'm going to put the brakes on the ICOs right now. I've got my portfolio. I don't need a 7th or an 8th ICO. And so, to me, they're not as hot as they used to be. Or they're too hot and probably will not be that hot.
Do the coins from an ICO trade on a secondary market? Right.
Not,
so there is not the problem of a bubble valuation, or right, because they're only valued at the price at which you paid, because there's no exchange after that.
Well, there is. There's an implied valuation if you raise $500 million and you're selling, 50% of tokens, that's a $1 billion valuation. So there's an implied valuation that way. But remember, these are startups, right? These are venture capital deals. They have no product or a very early product, and they're raising hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Some of these are crazy. There's some good ones out there. It's not to take away from all of them, but there's a lot of froth in the market.
So, some of them may not really have a business plan associated with it. It's an idea, and they're raising money against the idea.
Listen, I know BK is very close to a lot of the projects, and there are a lot of legitimate ones. I would just say that obviously Akon, who can't get a single in the top 50, you know what I mean, that sort of thing, doing an ICO, that's kind of, alarm bells should be going off. I'll just make one point, and I know this was kind of the bear case for Ether. When this market dries up, do you see less demand for Ether in the near term to help fund these?
So what's really interesting is that this year, a lot of these ICOs have been funded with fiat, with US dollars, and not with Ether. And so what we're seeing from my desk is that there's a shift Asian investors who were buying in these ICOs are actually now starting to look to buy Ether, to buy Bitcoin, to buy some of these big protocols, these platforms that everything's being built on. So I would have told you, yeah, if the ICO market goes away last year, then Ether would have a problem. I think it's the exact opposite this year.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.